Hello everyone, it's Curtis here with Fresh Start Now and the Bankruptcy Information and Reestablishment Center. I just wanted to reach out to you guys today to talk about a topic that I get to hear about every single day. And as some of you know who've received our letters in the mail or our emails, we talk to everybody in the entire country that has gone through a bankruptcy to let them know what we can do to help them. And so we get a lot of calls that come in off of people that get this information. And the number one question that I get is, what do I do with my current car that I have now? And folks, that's a really good question, right? Some people really just don't understand that if they had a car prior to filing bankruptcy and they still have that same car, they don't know what to do with it. Well, folks, I will tell you that depends, right? I'm going to get into detail, but what you do with your vehicle after bankruptcy really depends on the choices you made when you were going through the bankruptcy process. Let me explain. When you file bankruptcy and you have a car loan, you have to include that car in your bankruptcy. There's no way around it. It's the law. Some people, when they call in, say, hey, I kept my car out of my bankruptcy. I didn't include it in my bankruptcy. It wasn't part of my bankruptcy. I understand why you say that. But the fact of the matter is, it was included. You just decided to keep it. And that's fine. So what you decide to do depends on whether or not you signed a reaffirmation agreement, and I'll get into that, and whether you have equity or negative equity. Those are the two things that affect what you're going to do. So let's talk about the reaffirmation agreement real quick. So a reaffirmation agreement is a new contract that you sign during the bankruptcy process that tells the lien holder and the judge, the trustee, that you're deciding to keep your car and make the payments on it. That doesn't mean you're going to get credit for that on your credit reports. You're not. But it gives the lien holder a tool to come after you if later on down the road that car loan goes bad and you have to give it back to the bank. They now have a collection mechanism. So it's not necessarily smart to sign that. But if you signed that reaffirmation agreement, you have no option after your bankruptcy other than to trade the vehicle in and pay off the balance. And that works like a normal process does. You take the vehicle into one of our local affiliates, they appraise it. If you have equity, you can use that equity as down payment. If you have negative equity, then you might have to come up with that negative equity as a form of down payment. You may have to, if you have 5,000 negative equity, you may have to come up with 5,000 down or include it on the next loan. And that's if you signed the reaffirmation agreement. Let's say you didn't sign the reaffirmation agreement, but you still have your car. That was a very smart choice by you. That was the best choice you could have picked, because you are now not locked into that loan. You are not trapped into that negative equity. You filed bankruptcy in the car. You have the legal protections of the bankruptcy. You also have the benefit of having the car. As long as you're making your payments, generally speaking, the lien holder is not going to come get the car. They just want their payments. So you can go on and on making those payments as long as you want. However, you must realize you're not getting credit for those car payments. It's not showing up on your credit report. It's not helping you in any way. So you call me, I get you in front of one of my local affiliates. They appraise your vehicle, just like in the other scenario. If you have equity, you can use that equity. They'll pay off the loan. You can use the equity as a down payment. Generally speaking, most people have negative equity because cars do go down in value. You may owe more than your car is worth. And if that's the case, you can decide, after speaking with your attorney, if you choose, that you can give that vehicle back. It was included in your bankruptcy, so you have the legal protection. Now you can stop making those payments and you can purchase a new vehicle. Please, please check with your attorney. I am not an attorney. I don't give legal advice. However, I just give some common sense to the topic. So always consult with your attorney if you have any questions about what I'm saying. Make that phone call and just verify what I'm saying is true. But you can decide to give that vehicle back and get another one. That would be the best choice. Now that starts your credit immediately. So the other question I get, and I think I did a video on this previously. If you want, you can go check that out where I go into more detail about refinancing a vehicle. Suffice it to say, that's generally impossible. Okay? Watch my other video so you can hear why it's generally impossible to refinance a vehicle. 99% of the time you can't do it. So just keep that in mind. It's best to start fresh. It's best to start after your bankruptcy by getting a new auto loan. It is the fastest way to reestablish your credit. Your score can go up by as much as 100 to 150 points as long as you make all your payments on your credit report on time, your car payments, your other payments. Your credit score can really skyrocket. So I hope this information helps on what you guys can do with your car after a bankruptcy. Always, if there's any questions, feel free to give us a call at www.freshstartnow.net. You can find our phone number on that website. You can find our credit application on that website. You can apply for our secured credit card on that website. I look forward to working with you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day.